Very good evening. Welcome back here to my YouTube channel, Arunfoot. This is Anwar Chaudhary. It's July the 22nd. It's a Monday. Let's talk Indian football transfers, rumors, news, other things, Indian football as well. And those of you who haven't watched, Hiren, Rahul, and I were back on Sports Khabri a little while ago after a long time and spoke about the appointment of Manolo Marquez. So yeah, let's wait and see what happens on that. So if you want to watch that, quite a few questions that can also be asked about how all the thing has come about. But again, today I want to talk about something else, and that's going to be here and on this show. And throw me your questions, throw me your observations, or questions that you have. Always open to those, and then I'll try and answer them as honestly as I can and as I always do. So therefore, welcome again, welcome back, everybody, and we will talk about those things and see what the show brings today, right? So to start off, before we get to the transfers, I think one thing the one or the other person might have seen is the partial collapse of a stand at the Bangalore football stadium. Very sad to see what has actually happened over there. A stadium which I remember Bangalore FC spent a bit of money in 2013 to color it up, to freshen it up, to make it look better. Then there were rumors in 2016, 17, 18, that one of the clubs could be going in and try to revamp the stadium, and that has still not happened. I remember I was there at the SAF Cup last year, and it wasn't in the best of shapes as well, the Kantirava. So I think the authorities in Bangalore, the Karnataka government as well, need to look at those two stadiums and try to revamp them. Ayush, welcome back. Good evening. Nishant, also welcome back. Didhanshu, when Mumbai start the preseason? My info was they were going to start at some stage this week. So let's wait and see what Mumbai City does. They're supposed to start at some stage this week with the training, and then focus on the competitions that Mumbai City are going to play. Of course, when we come to talk about transfers, we have to talk about the signing of 19-year-old midfielder Supratim Das from the Reliance Foundation Young Champs. Hopefully, that's an investment into the future. So hopefully, Supratim can make an impact at Mumbai City. So I hope that's a good signing, and therefore, a new signing. And let's see what it is again. Hello, Blue. Welcome back. But as again, will cause a FIFA ban. Yeah, looks like it. Let's hope not. But let's see. Actually, Indian club should need to start on ground. I said it yesterday evening. Actually, it is not so easy for a club in India to try and build its own stadium, build own infrastructure. I mean, even in cricket, with all the money that's available, I think none of the IPL franchises own actually the stadium. I think most of the stadiums are owned either by the state governments, by even by the city councils, or there's an influence from the BCCI in some sort of one way. But it's not easy. I know that certain clubs have tried to try and build their own grounds, but it's very difficult. I think the only one at the moment who actually owns a stadium of some kind is Srinidhi Deccan, who of course built it on their own. So therefore, that's that. Dempo has now its own ground. Bangalore FC have built their own complex in Bellary. So therefore, it's not so easy for an Indian club to build it. Guten Abend also from my side. Vaishnav, good evening. Welcome back. Suvi, also welcome back. Oyan says, so finally Jamie Maclaren is here. Yes, Oyan, so the Jamie Maclaren saga ends with him officially being unveiled as a Mohun Bagan player. That's the news of the day, and let's wait and see if and how he can deliver. Of course, he is replacing Armando Sadiq, who comes, of course, with a lot of pedigree, and Yeah, Greg Stewart as well. So I'm interested to see how Mohun Bagan are going to handle this. Uh, um, so therefore, let's wait and see what they do. What about the PR French would all be Nazis? Oh, terrible, terrible. These Irish living as someone in Germany. Nah, we don't. Sorry. Um, where did I press? Sorry. We don't do these sort of comparisons. Vaishnav hit that Manolo got his full entourage of go with him for the national team. Fingers crossed they won't. And he doesn't do the same for players. Vaishnav, yes, that's been reported by Marcus in today's Times of India that 3 of his coaches have joined him. Mahesh Kohli stays back, so that's that. And it will automatically happen. If he calls up, let's say, Nikhil Pujari, people will say, oh, you're picking an ex-Hyderabad FC player. So this conversation will automatically happen. I think that Manolo will not get out of that. And he will get even more if he doesn't win. So therefore, that's for me the most important thing, that he does get results in September, calms tempers down, and gets us excited again about the national team. I think that's going to be the biggest task that he has. So I think it's possible to get the top 14 recognition for freshly. For friendly, no. So if you ask me, I don't see top 40 nations coming to India to play. No, not at the moment. It would have to be with money, and we all know what the financial situation is of the AFF. So therefore, that's going to be something we'll have to wait and see. How do you rate Jay Maclaren signing to Mohun Bagan Supergiant? Oyan, a good striker, no doubt about it. My only question to Mohun Bagan Supergiant would be is 3 attackers and a playmaker in Greg Stewart and 2 central defenders in your 6 foreigners. And we saw last season, to me, makes no sense. I would have, and Yoni Kauko last season showed that he was the difference why Mohun Bagan in the end won the ISL Shield. So therefore, the squad composition doesn't fully make sense to me. Sir, your opinion on Indian football stakeholders who gave daily interview on social media and always criticize federation, give false hope fans. I mean, they are some ID club owner. Nishant, I've said this. A lot of social media heroes who sell themselves and try to say that we do this, we do that, and we've done this, we've done that. What is their own track record? My question would always be to everyone is, what have you produced? And I would ask myself as well in the entities I've worked. I said that yesterday, right? When someone asked, what do I do, would do different in Mumbai City? I didn't say it publicly, but I would do a lot of things differently now. With age and experience, I would. But here, a lot of people just get away with whatever they want to say. That is one of the problems in Indian football. What are you doing for the growth of Indian football? You're not. Do you think all foreigners will start even in ACL2? I think probably Cummings can't play together. Let's see how Molina uses them. Blue, that will be an interesting one. It is a very, very interesting one. So therefore, let's wait and see what happens. That's taken. Hi, Murali, welcome back. I think foreigners level reduced for playing ISL when they came for strong league money. Sunil Chetri said that a few days ago in an interview with a content creator, right? That if Messi came to India and after 3 years, you would see Messi's standards would go down, and that's, I think, the reality. So therefore, that's going to be a question that I think we can ask down the road and see how these foreigners play, and they adjust to the league, they adjust to the football that we play in India, and therefore, those are realities of our football at the moment as they are. Maclaren Cummings, whose salary high? My time, both are high on salaries, but if I am right from what I know, then Maclaren's salary is higher than that of Cummings. Top potential centre back in India under new coach Manolo. Akshay, I don't see anyone new at the moment. I hope that new players will show themselves at the start of the ISL. I would think that, for example, Sana Singh might get a look in because he's played under Manolo in Hyderabad. So, so let's wait and see. Maclaren, 4 years is pretty risky too. Blue, he's 31, 4 years, long contract. I'm again, with certain contracts, we've discussed Mohun Bagan and contracts for a number of times in the last 2 weeks. Therefore, let's wait and see. Dimi played a pivotal role to convince Maclaren. Yeah, it's not only Dimi, but also Cummings as well. You think the top 40 team is Russia? India is not playing. Russia is banned by FIFA. IPL franchises don't have their own stadium because they only play 2-3 months. If they play more, I think they would have. Yes, sorry for that terrible joke. I don't think they would, because they would get away by not building a stadium. They would get the governments to build it. This is not, even if they were playing for 6 months, I don't think IPL teams would have a stadium. In India, sporting franchises don't own infrastructure. That's one of the things which is very weird, but which is a reality of Indian sports. So therefore, yeah, that's there. What do you think, sir? What's more pragmatic for Manolo to do? To retain majority players from the last squad, or completely revamp, only keeping the most important ones and bringing new guys to try out? If he's pragmatic, I think he'll keep the core, because I think Manolo also knows that we don't have, that you can and you will make changes to the squad. 100% Manolo will make changes. But I think the core of the team is still the same. I think any coach would pick that core. It's a few players. Again, Sana would be someone. I said Putia maybe would get a look in. Maybe he'll look at Ashish Rai, who's played under him. But yeah, that's then a few others. But you can't make too many changes. So therefore, he will work with whatever is available to him. Instead of borrowing only analysts from FC Goa, looks like we have borrowed entire FC Goa coaching staff. Yes, Ishan, it's not borrowed because they're going to get paid. But yeah, we're working with a lot of FC Goa. Do you think Middle East country can play with big nation friendly because of potential or a money backup? Example, Qatar. Murali, it's money. It's very, very simple. Hi, Akonlon, welcome back. Any Mumbai news? I think you will have seen that Mumbai City has made a signing today, and that is young Shupratim Das, a midfielder from the Reliance Foundation Young Champs program. So that's the latest. I guess the announcement of the defender is still pending, foreign defender. So let's wait and see when that is. Guardiola, welcome back. Apuya, same as a foreigner, and said, trust our Indian player. Apuya will play better than any foreign player in the field. Do you really believe what you're saying? Better than any foreigner? Apuya is our best midfielder. I love the boy for that. But I saw also some, video someone was posting about 3 minutes that, Apuya played well against Al Hilal. They do know that Mumbai City lost 6-0 in that game, right? Right. So therefore, Apuya is not worth a foreigner. Again, and this is something, for me, it makes no sense. If the lesson of last season for Mohun Bagan would have been to have one foreign defensive midfielder, and if you had Yoni Kauko and Apuya, perfect. Apuya has played well whenever he's had a strong foreign partner with him. It was Khasa Khamara at Northeast United. It was earlier Ahmed Jahu at Mumbai City, and then later on Yuval Fanif last season. So therefore, as good as he is, Apuya on his own with, I don't know, Abhishek Suryavanshi or Deepak Tangri or Anirudh Thapa is not the same. We saw that in the national team. So why we're not focusing on women's football? We got a good rank, but we're not respecting it. I hope we got a good response. Gear on Rare, yeah, you have a point. But again, even I have spoken about the women's game a lot. But again, there's a lot of things which are not good at the moment. And we've discussed it, especially when Akshata has been here. So therefore, yes, we talk about it. But I hope, we focus again and try and do better in the women's game. I think that's also very, 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 very important in regard to, where we're going, what we're doing. That's something that I think is something which we need to really look at depth that we do the right things and take the right steps. Right, those of you who are watching, maybe there are some people who are new to the channel. Do subscribe to arunfoot here on YouTube, and like this video, share this video. Let's have more people joining us in our conversations. Great to see you all. Thank you for those of you who have already subscribed, who are liking the content, who are coming back on a on a regular basis. And yeah, that's why thank you from my side for that. Who is a great player, but not same as foreigner? Blue, I totally agree. Nishan says, do you think countries like Vietnam, Thailand, Afghanistan, Qatar, Jordan qualify for World Cup before India? Qatar will qualify, I think, for the next World Cup. I would be surprised if they don't. Jordan, Thailand, Vietnam looks tough, but maybe one of those three could. Afghanistan, I don't think so. No, Afghanistan is going to be tough. Hello, good evening. Hope you're doing well. Congrats hitting the mark of 350. Rachit, thanks a lot. Good to have you back. Hope you're doing fine. Any idea regarding last phone sign movement? Yes, I know who it is, but I have been told, so therefore I'll have to keep it quiet. Is Nim Dorji headed to Mumbai? Could be. He's on the market. I think a few clubs are looking at Nim Dorji Tamang, so let's wait and see what happens with him. Orita James, I haven't seen him or only heard. Simple question is he good enough, and if he is the best to come at his age to India? Orita, he's a good, solid striker. He has scored a lot of goals in the history of the A-League. And to me, he's 31, got experience. And for the money that's being offered, no other club is willing to offer him that money. He had other offers from other parts of Asia. So therefore, he's ended in India. Action is missing. Uniform words are brilliant. Morale, okay. Do you think Murray should go for Jessel or Horichan as they are now available in market? I love Horichan Nasri as a player, the kind of attitude and all, but we have a lot of wingers in the team. I don't know if we've got space. Jessel potentially as a left back backup because Akash Mishra is missing, but we've also signed Sai Panwar. But yeah, Jessel is someone I could consider and think about, Let's see. What kind of football will India play under Manolo? Ayan, I did a video yesterday on my channel here. If you want to see a little bit more detail, what Manolo brings to the table in regard to his football, have a look at it. But in short, I think he'll play a 4-2-3-1. He's going to be pragmatic, and I think he'll grind out results like he's done at Hyderabad to some extent, At which position do still need reinforcements, or are we all set to go? I think in the middle of the park, I think we need a little bit of strengthening, Rajit. So that would be something which I think we need to look at. It will be interesting to see if the Mohun coach can handle ego clashes in dressing room. Plenty of big egos in the team. Ishan, that's yeah. Let's wait and see. Was Hitesh Sharma the replacement of Vineet or Puya? Rashid, I think he's the replacement of Vineet Rai more than Apuya, I would think. Vaishnav, I think Ashish Rai might get a call if Mohun can play him too. He was better than Pujari as far as memory serves me. Yeah, but you're right. He has had his issues at Mohun Bagan getting game time last season. So that's something because the coach was playing a 3-5-2, where Manveer very often was playing as a attacking right. So yeah, let's see if Ashish Rai gets the call. By the way, have any idea about Molina's coaching? Molina to me was controlled. So Molina belongs more to the school of Habas and Manolo, not to the school of Sergio Lobera, let's say. Yeah, that's something. Let's see what happens. What's your thought about Minerva Punjab Academy? Deepak produced a lot of players, but there is a lot of questions. Yeah, let's not get into too many details, I guess. When we'll go to see you predicting about Durand Cup? Rachit, let's see. I've heard too much about the Durand Cup. It's a pre-season tournament. I will surely see, and if I can watch it, I will do, but I'm still not in the mood. I want the ISL to start. I want the proper league to start and run, and then, let's see. Saw that video of Bangalore Stadium stand falling down. Yes, Rachit, I've seen it. I did a tweet earlier today about it. So for me, it is the Bangalore Football Stadium. I've been there now multiple times over the years. I've watched a few football games as well. I remember BFC put in a bit of effort to revamp the stadium, not revamp the stadium, but at least freshen it up in 2013 when they started in the I League. The KSFA has done a few things as well over the years, but it was supposed to be knocked down and rebuilt. It has now a new turf at least, but that the main stand has partially collapsed. And I think last week that people posted photos or videos of what's the inner life of that stadium, dressing rooms and other things. There needs to be urgent work, and that's why I also wrote not only just the Bangalore Football Stadium but also the Kantidava. I was there last year at the SAF semi-final and final, and it was in a pathetic state. So both these grounds are not in the best of shapes. I-League clubs go to court. Virtually, I don't know if the I-League clubs are really all together on this. So I think let's see what happens. But I don't see there's a matter to go to court. I think what I've said in the Anwar Ali case also, you need to just remain within the football ecosystem and then try to sort it out. And I think as someone who's worked on the roadmap, I think the roadmap, yes, gave definite timelines at the time, but things have changed. We've had COVID, we've had other things that are there. And of course, we have one thing which a lot of people forget, is Reliance going to stay next year? And if Reliance thinks about leaving, then the whole situation changes, in my opinion, right? That's a danger which is there, which is a real danger, in my opinion. And then the question remains if there will be an ISL at all. So therefore, the upcoming ISL is going to be played, but is there going to be an ISL after that? I don't know. Let's see. Hi, Footy Guy. So what makes Reliance Foundation Young Champs different than other academies? I think the inputs and the coaches. They've had Izumi Arata there for a while, did good job, and now Devan Daniel is there. Devan, who I've had the pleasure of working with at Round Glass, Punjab. Inputs, infrastructure, trying to develop. So therefore, that's something which I think they've done very, very well. Ishan says, Vaishnav, agree, bro. I think Sana will also get a look in. That's my feeling as well, Ishan, I think, and I hope there is. Hi, Saurabh. So is there any chance of Rahul KP to East Bengal? What about Ashutosh Mehta transfer update? Rahul KP seems to have been put on the transfer list by the Blasters, yes. And there is some interest in the market. So therefore, Ashutosh also seems to be in touch with 3-4 clubs. So therefore, there are no updates on these two. But to Rahul KP really strengthening potentially the bench to start off with, Ashu could be actually someone that East Bengal could do with quite well. So yeah, I think that's something that one could look at. Hope we don't see another coach sack and Habas with the CDM coming back to save us, Blue. You never know. Any team that will show courage to play attacking against Mohun Bagan can definitely get the better of Mohun Bagan. Rachit, let's wait and see. According to you, best coach for a national side in the last 2 decades, my time, it would have to be Bob Houghton. Right? Bob did a lot of things, and Bob did a lot of things right, in my opinion. Any update on Mano Font sign for BFC? Gear on rare? Not at the moment I've heard of. If women football taken care, they would have reached potential. Well, you never know. They have had more potential, but and to me is the women's team has had more potential. Let's wait and see. Xavi to Samuel, do you rate this deal? That's Javi Hernandez, J, not X, Rachit. I think would be a good deal for Jamshedpur, quality player. Hasn't had the best of seasons last year, but again had one of their wonder goals, so therefore a lot of potential. Guardiola, but players will only develop if they play and take responsibility. So have to trust players like Apuya, Sahal, Thapa. You can trust them, but they don't have the quality that the foreigners will bring you. So therefore, that's the reality. that if I like it or not, that's the reality of Indian football today, and therefore that if you want, I want, you'll have to accept that the foreigners who are coming in are better than the quality of the Indian players that we have in our system. So therefore, for me, a defensive midfielder who's foreign is, I think, a mono-ISL team. Last time FIFA was my FIFA ban happened when we can't play in Asia, right? I don't know how many days it was. They banned us on the 15th of August. A few weeks later they did, but Gokulam Kerala lost the chance to play continental football. So yes, if that happens, East Bengal and Mohun Bagan would be out of continental competition. How's life going on, sir? You have to answer just by saying the name of one ISL club, mine, Mumbai City FC. Rachit, I'm fine, overall fine. And let's see, Mumbai has been doing well in the transfer market. When India doesn't perform good in bigger stage, people get disappointed. They stop supporting its system, need to criticize more than the player. Murali, you can criticize whoever you want, but again, it's in defeat that you need to support your team. It was nice to be able to join this conversation. See you soon. Good night. Good night, Rachit. Speak to you soon again. So what's the cost to run a grassroots academy with decent enough foreign staff in India? Why there's not one in each state capital, state governments, and ones the FA should chip in? Vaishnav, depends on which state, where you're doing it. For me, foreign staff, most probably 3 to 5 crores to spend. But again, governments care about football? We see Odisha does, Jharkhand has, Bengal has, Kerala has, Goa has at some stage over the last decades, especially Mizoram and Manipur. But I don't know. And again, who's going to fund it? Who's your favorite this season in Bundesliga according to you? Bayern, Dortmund, or any wildcard? At the moment, Blue, again, in Germany also, we're in the transfer market. I think Bayern have made some good signings. I want to see some more, but Bayern are the champions. They are the one to be defeated. So therefore, Bayern will try. Dortmund, I'm not too sure how they will be coming along. Same about Stuttgart. So yeah, let's wait and see. Will competition in ISL reduce due to promotional league and teams like Hadar who have financial issues? Ayush, that's what I've said, no? That the competitiveness of this league has suffered because of certain things that have been done, and that's the reality. I think a 10 team ISL most probably at the moment would be the best thing for us to do. I think Yasa to make a comeback, he was dropped by Igor Abakli. Vaishnav, he wasn't dropped, he was injured. He injured himself against Mumbai City in the playoffs last season. Sir, Thailand second division team beating Dortmund reserves with a couple of first team players. Is it a mere fluke or does it warrant more attention? It's a fluke because the Dortmund team has flown in from Germany, had a training session the day before, hot and humid conditions. It's a friendly, and once the Thais were in the flow, and they were better, and Dortmund were outplayed. Players from Mexico should be eager to perform in front of Manuel expecting to be selected for national team. If not selected, could that impact the performance go and does that add a burden to Manolo? Moinok, good evening, first of all. To me, I think he knows his players, and it puts burden on both sides. So therefore, to me, if you ask me, it could put I'm interested to see how he acts and reacts. I think that will be the interesting one. How does Manolo handle this situation? And that will be interesting to see. So let's wait and see. Oritra, except for Real Madrid, the idea of the management making a team and appointing a manager to run it and win with it doesn't work often. And with Bagan, it did work last season. I hope it does this season too. Oritra, I think another club to some extent who's done that is Bayern Munich, where it's worked. But on the other side, Man United, for example, it hasn't worked for a while. Was it right way to run a football club unless your name is Rey Perez and your club is Real Madrid? Oritra, yes and no, but I don't think in an Indian football context it works because I think we are still a developing football ecosystem where I think the coach needs to be in a position to take his decisions and make the right decisions to take the team to the level that he thinks that he can take them to. So that's I think the challenge that I think that a Mohun Bagan or any other team would have in that instance. Actually didn't work. Havas saved us. Yeah, exactly. So that's the point, right? Havas came in and saved the club, and he made one crucial change, and that is bringing it back Yoni Kauko in place of Hugo Bomos, and that was the change that stood out. Aditya, sir, according to you, who is the most exciting signing of this ISL? The most hyped certainly is Jay Maclaren. The most exciting, give me some more days and then I'll come back to. What is the rationale behind training in Thailand for a club like Kerala Blasters? Does it make financial or business sense? It makes no financial or business sense because this is not about money. It's about preparing for the season. And you have the training facilities over there, which we don't have in India per se, right? So therefore, that's the reason why they've gone. Umesh, sir, yesterday you told BFC, can you tell more details on that, which two players they're looking at? Any hint? No, I'm not going to give you any hint. Shantos Mohun Bagan is, please write it again. How do you rate Chennai and we could average? Good at the moment. Existing teams of this season. Exiting teams of the season. Adarsh? Anwar Ali, Delhi player here. Any update? No, Kunal, he's not. He's still a player of Mohun Bagan Super Chat. Hi, Sanskar, bro. How most will get banned? East Bengal, understand. Why would Mohun Bagan get a ban? East Bengal is supposed to ban them because they've approached a player who's on contract with another team. Aditya Sul played the relegation this season. That means there's a high possibility of getting FIFA ban? No. Relegation is not a reason for us to get any ban. Why is it difficult running Grassroots compared to hosting AFC World Cup with the management interest? Because Grassroots, the federation does not running the Grassroots. No? It's run by the clubs, by the academies, by other football institutions. Vaishnav sir was wondering if having profitability and sustainability laws like the big leagues can help us bring down the salary inflation and get unnecessary for big money signings. It would work if you have income streams. So even, I mean, if we do a general profitability and sustainability in it, nobody would spend money because everyone is losing money. Who is in an advantageous position in Anwar case according to you? Vishnu, clearly Mohun Bagan, because the player broke a contract. He terminated a contract where you need to have a mutual termination. Therefore, for me, my understanding is, if people like it or not, but that's my reading of what's on the table. The player has broken the contract. Another club has signed him on a contract. So therefore, these people have broken it. Any update on BFC last foreign signings? Gear and Rare, I've heard some rumors, but nothing confirmed at the moment. Supreme Court judges know laws. Why the hell they take this type of cases? Blue, I think that's a question that I think that needs to be asked to the Supreme Court in regard to sports. I think we need a separate sports court or a sports judiciary. This is something which needs to be looked at, but that's the reality of how they operate. One thing you like about Stephen, think that he would have done better for me having limited resource time to get maximum. Yeah, Stephen, again, I was involved in enabling Stephen to join us in 2001, 2002. He's achieved a lot, I think, with Indian football in regard to the national team, first stint and second stint. And I would hope that, we continue to understand. And, at the time when he was coach, I think a lot of people didn't realize that. If we have Odisha training physio all across India, will it improve? Unless we have good youth structure, nothing will change. Better infrastructure always helps, Murali. But I think, as I always say, grassroots, youth football, coaching and competitions. That's something that will change. Good infrastructure helps, but good infrastructure is not the only need of the hour. Vaishnav, I was just wondering if Yoni Kaku will return to ISL. He was let go by Mohan. He should have been a hot commodity for others looking for a foreign CDM. I am also surprised, Vaishnav, that to me, one of the best players in the last few months of the season, and therefore surprised that someone like him has not been given a contract. And also, is Mohun Bagan planning to play 2 foreign centre backs in ISL? Sushant, it could be an option. Looking at where they are at the moment, it could be an option. But then, if you have 4 attacking players, that looks a little tricky to me. So I think they need to find if Anwar is in the situation that it is at the moment. Then to me, they will most probably need to find a different solution to that. When Hazard terminated contract with Madrid, it was Anwar difference. Hazard and Madrid jointly terminated the contract. It wasn't the player just got a contract. And Anwar he terminated the contract. And off topic, what's your intention with this YouTube channel? Do you feel this can become your prime earning platform? Shradeep, it's fun to talk to people, to chat to people, talk Indian football. I don't see this becoming any earning platform, to be very honest. I think I'm very, very far away from it. So no, it's not that. It's just that I enjoy doing it. I've been doing it on other platforms in the sense of started 26 years ago with indianfootball.com, and then continued with arunfoot, and I've moved a little away from writing more and doing more now of these videos, and that's it's been my passion. It's been my fun. Never been something where I would have earned money. I do it in different forms of ways in football, in management and in administration, and I'll continue to do that. This is fun for me. When is the PFC going to hear and decide on the Anwar case? Ochud, welcome back. It looks like that most probably an August date will be mentioned, and then I think they'll club a few cases together, and then we'll hear this along with other things. One thing you keep on saying, but Indian football doesn't focus on it. Leadership, proper leadership and proper governance. Is it the federation or to for themselves develop the players or just create an ecosystem based on firm regulation and force the clubs to, so as in the case of other successful countries? As you mentioned correctly, I think the second is the right thing. If it's the club's duties, it's the academy's duties to develop the players, which then through sort of a pyramid system are funneled through to the top, and then the federation can work with the best, and then create a national team out of the best players. Hi, woman. Welcome back. Here now our thoughts on Javi to Jamshedpur, the reason why he didn't continue BFC. BFC didn't want to extend the contract, so that's one. And Javi to Jamshedpur, again, Javi Hernandez, solid player, one of the most consistent players in the ISL. So therefore, for me, very, very good signing for Jamshedpur FC, which sorts them out in the attacking midfield position. Well, guys, nearly 40 minutes. Those of you who haven't, please subscribe to arunfoot here on YouTube. Like this video, share this video, and do watch the other videos, the shorter ones which I've been created one today in regard to conflict of interest potentially for Manolo being the head coach of India and FC Goa. So do keep supporting. Exciting teams of the season. Adarsh, let's wait for the transfer period to get over, and then let's get to that. Again, I think Mohun Bagan would be amongst those. East Bengal look very exciting. Mumbai City looks strong. Chennai looks strong. So, Odisha and FC Goa as well. So let's wait and see. Ochud, in today's Meet the Press did not find Kabra in the lineup. Any update? Ochud, it looks like that Kabra might be leaving East Bengal, so it's not clear at the moment. Therefore, let's wait and see if he stays or if he moves on. I think the club are still looking for a right back. So let's see. Any news on Northeast United FC signing Nazari? None that I am hearing of about at the moment. What are the major differences you see in India playing bigger, whether deficient, technical, tactical? Both are an issue for India. Sanska, Mumbai City FC transfer window, are you happy or not? Or you expect the better from Mumbai City this transfer window, or this good transfer? Overall, till now, I would say it's a good window. If you see that how many players have left the club, some of the players, the club wanted them to leave. Some of the players wanted to leave Mumbai City. So, we have to juggle on that front. On the other side, I would say that 2 or 3 additions, and I think Mumbai City is set for the season. See any update on Jamshedpur, last 2 foreigners, Aditya Nand, as said. Sanskar, Javi joined JFC, is it true or not? He is in talks and it likely looks like he's joining it. When you talk about Indian football in foreign country, you support Team India, are surprised? Yeah, sometimes people are surprised. Sometimes people want to know more. Sometimes people don't care. Yeah. When coaches come from better structured league country, are they surprised when Indian football function? Again, some will be surprised, some will have expected it, some don't care and just do their, there were some rumors that a player from MLS coming to ISL. Is it true? I've heard that as well, but I don't know who the player is. So let's wait and see what happens. Will Kylan get down from his position? Jaswin doesn't looks likely. Hello, Nasser. Seat sponsor Leverkusen. Yes, they are. That is a fact. KVC, new foreign player. Any update on that? Supposedly a striker, but I haven't heard anything. I know we've spoken about Sadiku being approached, but he then chose another club. So let's wait and see. Any Indian going out of India? Aditya, none that I know of. Ika, Kante, no updates on Blasters at the moment. Odisha played Australia side in AFC. Are they outclassed, but then too much of quality? Yeah, they were. Central Coast Mariners were better than OC. Is it possible that Anwar's contract is written in such a way that it is only valid if he has a clearance from last club? Might East Bengal in that case? No idea, but asking out of curiosity. Manok, the problem is that if East Bengal has done a contract with him, however you've written it, you are not allowed to have a contract with the player. Simple. So therefore, there is no, it's not monopoly and get out of jail card. There is none. If you've approached the player and that's not allowed. So simple, shut case. Manolo Saturday per year. Mohammed, I know a figure, but I'm not going to put it out. Any update on youth league, sir? Aditya, at the moment, nothing. The FF just has mentioned the window from when to when. Overall, the league needs to happen at a local, regional stage and then at the national stage. Do you think Japan beat Spain, Germany is fluke or tactical? They're good. Monali, both games, Japan had about 20% of the ball. They utilized their chances. Spain and Germany didn't. I wouldn't say it's a fluke, but yes, they were lucky to win those games. Gautam, Northeast United Funds signing news, nothing at the moment. Ika Kante, ISL starting date, it will be around the 14th of September. In the US and several European countries, kids start sport very early, 3-4 years. Even though baby leagues have started, I don't think similar schemes are done on other sports. Agree. You will know that from the US. I know it from Europe that is the case here in this part of the world, and and that's something that is another thing that needs to change in the Indian context. That we need to get people to start sports at a younger age. Otherwise, it gets very, very difficult. Adidas, which team sponsor that team? Spain? Real Madrid, India cricket. Yeah, they've been very successful this summer. FFA Camry got 20 players, one from Assam, rest from Northeast. What's your views on it? Aditya, it shows the shift of where the talent is and where some work has been done to get the player to a decent level. That coaches who work with FIFA think that these players, that it's worth it. So therefore, that's it. What makes JJ special apart from scoring is intelligence, fighting spirit. Murali is fighting spirit, I would say. Adidas also sponsor many teams that lose. Blue, yes, do totally agree with you. How do you rate Sunil's technique? He has been one of our best in that way in the last few years. But yeah, they're even in his generation there were better players. Using some Lingdo, for example, comes to my mind, or even a Brandon in that way. Ika Kante, Alexander Kwe final update. There is none. Supposedly there were talks, but nothing confirmed. Rate Mohan Bagan's squad. Rajdeep, I've said this over the last few days. Strong squad, but I lack a little bit of balance. It's again top heavy, which means more good, strong attacking line, strong attacking midfield. But the midfield and the defense is sort of where I'm not 100% sure if it's the best. So let's see. Why JJ suddenly vanished from Indian football? Kishore, because he was injured and he didn't recover from the injury. He played first season of ISL with East Bengal, couldn't cope, and then that was the end of it due to injury. Sanskar, Mumbai City FC or Mohan Bagan Super Giant mid? At the moment, if Mohan Bagan doesn't make additions to its midfield, I would say Mumbai City. Is Jamie Maclaren the biggest A-League player in history to sign for an ISL club? Manolo, he surely is one of the biggest, but is he the biggest? I don't know. Adrian Luna was a big one. Some other players who've signed have been big ones. So if he's the biggest, I don't know. I think it's a little hard to believe that not even a single player was selected from Bengal or Kerala as the huge potential last season, whether in ISL or other stage. Those are older, right? They are not 13-year-olds. So therefore, at that level, is Kerala doing enough? I would say no. Do you think long-term contract killing our youngsters? It's not killing them in a way, but it's influencing them of not moving out and trying to challenge themselves, even within the Indian system of maybe going down to play I-League. Why government is not assessing the correct usage of government fund by the FF? The budget usage of government was a joke. Just when the government support to the FF has been cut down to a minimum, so therefore for me, yeah, what are you going to ask the FF? What do you spend the 5-6 crores on? I don't know. So Mano Follan was biggest player that ISL club. Jamie. No, I think Sanskari was talking from the Australian A-League, and Diego, of course, from Uruguay. What do you expect from Manolo Marquez coaching an Indian team in the upcoming national team friendly matches and friendlies? Orang Utang's journey, to me, I expect Manolo to be pragmatic, to try and, to me, try and find a system which works with this team, try and find results. And that's the challenge I think that Manolo has with this team, that he has to find solutions and results with this team. But again, let's wait and see what he does, and then in March onwards, when you have the AFC Asian Cup 2027 qualifiers, I want good results. So therefore, let's wait and see. Is there any possibility of top 40 ranked team coming to India in September? No, as far as I know, it looks likely that we'll play teams which are lower ranked than India. Why has the club paid too much to Indian football player? Non-gap, Masi, I don't know. You have to ask the clubs, but I think the point is that we've got a limited player base, and therefore you're paying more to try and get those players. When our players performs poorly, is it because of poor development process? Can we blame the system or something else? Well, only it is the system, it is the coaching, and it hasn't worked. Ego turned to Manolo. Yes, Mainok, he has here. Off topic, Dimi, Kami, Maka, 3 World Cuppers. Do any Indian club consist of them? We would have to check first season of ISL if any team had 3 World Cuppers. I don't know. Could be. Says a part of national team's coach salary paid by government. Normally, yes. But again, that's been becoming less and less. It seems like East Bengal can go further compared to modern ACL too if they utilize their players correctly, as their team seems more balanced. I think let them qualify for the group stage first. I think that's the first chance for East Bengal. And East Bengal, to me, also is more top heavy than they should be. Yes, their midfield is stronger because of Jeekson, Saul Crespo, and Shovik, but their defense to me also looks a little shaky. Why Indian government doesn't allow origin player to play for India? Because they haven't changed the legislations. That's simply. Your preferred 11 for September matches, given all players are fit. Off. Let the season start. Manuel Marquez, let the season start. Let's see who's fit. Let's see how they perform, and then we can talk about the first 11. I think there won't be too many changes. There will be changes here and there, but I don't think Manolo will make too many changes. So what do you think convinced Jay McLaren to join Morvan? Surely he could get the same amount of money in other leagues, right? No other leagues he was trying. From what I've heard, no other team was even close to paying what he was always getting here. Same was about Cummings last season. Is Edmund in Canada? Yes, Aditya, he is. How do you rate the 2011 AFC Asian team? Was this AFC tournament we scored goal, but this we didn't score? 2011 was better. They've proved in ACL. Otherwise, it's waste of money to sign World Cup Aussie players. Yeah, but Sanskar, what is Mohun Bagan going to do in the ACL too? The tournament is much, much stronger than the AFC Cup last season. So Mohun Superjan has hyper-inflated the market. They are wasting Indian talents by buying them and benching them. Yeah, sure, and they have, but other teams are doing it now as well. Monak says to non-gap, it's all about demand and supply. Agree, CC and World Cup, I think in the old time. Yeah, they had, of course. There's some hype before preseason that after Euro, a big player can come to ISL. Aditya, nothing has happened. How does foreigners view ISL, just given awareness in Indian football? Murali, they don't care about India as a football nation. Why would they care about the ISL? They did a decade back, yes. A lot of people did care about it, but at the moment, nobody cares about Indian football. East Bengal last foreigner can be centre back. Aditya, I think it could be a centre back or a player who can play as a centre back as well as a defensive midfielder. Thank you, sir, for responding to all the comments. We fans are frustrated with Indian football. You guys are keeping us to stay within football when there's no positive things going on. Jaswin, thank you. Thanks a lot. That's one of the reasons of doing this. It's also for me, otherwise, who knows, one gets insane with all this negativity around Indian football, right? That's a huge problem at the moment. Well, any new Indian player will come into MSC or MSC had done all Indian player signings. There are 1 or 2 spots still open, so let's see what Mumbai City does. Sanskar. Shamsundar, Jamie Maclaren, yes, was looking like Real Madrid of ISL. Aditya could be said. This transfer will remember for a long time because of the Bajaj Anwar Ali. Let's see. That saga, as I called it on the first day, a lot of people ask me why I said saga, but I still, I think it was and it is a saga. Let's see how it can be solved or said. I think it's a very, where this whole story is going. Just when is there any chance this year government allow Indian origin players in national team? Looks unlikely. To me, it looks very, very unlikely that will happen. Right, 37 of you watching at the moment. Those of you who haven't subscribed to this channel, please subscribe to arunfoot. As always, let's grow the numbers. We're now 1,300 plus. Like this video so that more people can see this, can join in, and share it as well. So therefore, thanks a lot for all the support, and as always, great to see how things are. Sorry, it got locked out by the system. Sorry for that. I'm back again. How do you tell me Football League and player development? Morally, South Americans are amongst the best in the world. So it's top, their leagues might not be the best, but the player development they do is the best in the world. Mumbai City preseason when starts? Sanskar sometime this week. Do you think what Bajaj said about the Academy of India is right? This academy shouldn't be charged 60K per year. Blue, I don't think so. I think we need to set standards. I think there needs to be, the AFF is in a situation where the AFF is trying to keep the system running and it's not earning enough money. It needs to find new ways of generating revenue. And anyone walking in and saying, hey, listen, I want to have an academy and put me into the system, and you're doing it for free, maybe there is something, right? We've had this, and therefore, I don't agree on that. Can we compare Odisha FC with Brazil, Argentina, South American nation? Only difficult. The South American facilities most probably will be worse than Odisha. Not Odisha FCs, but the Odisha government facilities. How many medals are you expecting in Olympics, Sanskar? I would hope India gets into double digits. I think that's the max I'm expecting, but nothing more, nothing less. Northeast United transfer news. Any Dibayajoti? Nothing at the moment. Your opinion about the archery coach not going Paris? I had a hope that the archery medal could come, but now it seems doomed. Blue, again, the priorities in Indian sports very often are not the right ones. No? So you've got the coaches you could go and needs to go, and then So yeah, let's wait and see what happens on that front. No ISL title sponsor this season also. Aditya, at the moment, that looks like the case. I think that with one season to go until the contract between AFF and IFSTL to run out, I don't know if there's an effort to try and bring in a sponsor or title sponsor from here. Imagine trio of Jamie Maclaren, Dimitri Petratos, and Jason Cummings. From a great trio. Let's see what they can deliver, right? The same thing was said about Sadiko, Dimi, and Jason last season. When will we get broadcasters? Blue, the ISL has a broadcaster. Sports 18 was and is. Shrupatim, how good he tell me about that player. Okay. Which player? Despite all the struggle, Africa country and South American nations still they are top because of individual talent. Yes, because of individual talent. That's the main thing, right? Individual talent and the desire to try and to achieve. I think that's the difference between those players and to some extent our players, right? That's something where our players need to be more ambitious, more willing to sort of go out and go into the world and try to achieve something. That's the challenge for India and Indian football, right? That's something which I feel needs to change. Otherwise, it's going to be very, very difficult. Our players are often happy with what they have in India, and that's the reality. Do you think OFC should have done better in terms of foreign contingent this season? Aditya, Lobera knows these players. Lobera has brought in Hugo Bumus as a player he knows. And these players also know what the coach wants from them, that the coach expects from them. So I think that this is a very, very experienced foreign contingent. We can talk about the age of the one or the other foreigner, that they might be too old by the end of the season, but we saw last they did well. That experience counted. Some very talented Indians in the mix as well. So therefore, I think if you ask me, Odisha have Odisha have one of the better result in the ISL. I mean, they remained unbeaten at home, but I think the one of the better result, and we would be talking a little differently about them. Can you pair Odisha facilities to international standards? What is the infrastructure? Only to me, if you ask me, Odisha's facilities most probably are going to be better than certain parts of the world. Even to some facilities in Europe. To me, it's not about the standards of the facilities. I again go back to tell you, it is going to be about coaching. And to me, it's about the coaching, the quality of the coaching, and the competitions. That's the thing that will change the road for either Indian football or where we head, where we go, because for us, that's the challenge for us, right? That's where we need to get better, and it's not easy. It's by way not easy, but again, we need to be better to be able to achieve more, and that's something which Indian football at some stage needs to understand. That great facilities are good, but if I don't have the quality of coaching, if I don't have the quality of competitions, my athletes cannot improve. You can train, you can be a training world champion, but if you don't have the competitions, if you don't have the matches, the inputs, you will not achieve. Mumbai City FC signed Shrupatim Das, name player. Yes, Sanskar, young talent from the Reliance Foundation Young Champs program, midfielder. And I hope that he can, he's another one of those young Indian footballers that Mumbai City have signed. Let's see. Do they keep him? Do they maybe loan him to a smaller team? Let's see what they do. But again, another talented footballer. How do you rate Salt Lake Stadium with other Indian football stadiums? Blue, I have to say that pre-under 17 World Cup, to me, that a lot of changes were done in 2017, which made it a top-class venue. The problem with the Salt Lake Stadium today, I feel, is that maintenance is an issue. I remember standing last year, and it was monsoons, and there was water literally, going through the stadium. So these are the kind of things which are a bit of a problem, but it is better than most others. I mean, it's better than the one in Kerala, the Kalur, again, another one which is falling apart. Srikantirava is falling apart. We've spoken about the Bangalore Football Stadium. The Nehru Stadium in Chennai will not be much different. So a lot of these stadiums have had a problem. So let's wait and see. Sanskar, BFC transfer window happy for them, or they've gone to better players rather than going for MC old age players? I think they've tried to rebuild their team. They thought these are the kind of players they want, and let's wait and see if they're going to be successful or not. Aditya, is Gokulam Stadium issue solved? Not that I have heard of. As far as I know, it's still an issue. If Arina's project continue for long term, there will be a good pool of players. Morally, it has, to me, the Indian Arrows project has given India players. Let's be clear about that. But again, we need more players. We need better quality players. We need Asian level players. And if I look at that issue, so therefore, for long term, yes, it would be good for the pool. I think this season, Mohun Bagan and East Bengal attendance will skyrocket. Last season, Mohun attendance was high. Blue, I agree. There's a lot of expectation with East Bengal as well. So I think East Bengal's attendance will be higher. But again, if they don't achieve the success that they expect from themselves, and I think the fans expect from them, then you'll see suddenly dropping again. And it's for both teams. For you, which youngster is better, Jude, Jamal, or Arda? Aditya, for me, we're looking at a 21-year-old, a 19-year-old, and a 16 or 17-year-old. So 2-year age gaps always. Jude Bellingham is the most developed of the players, and Jude has shown in Dortmund and then also at Real Madrid that he can be a championship-winning player. Arda is someone who is very talented, but also has missed large parts of the season. Showed glimpses for Turkey at the Euros, and Yamin Yamal is someone that is something. What he's shown at his age at 16, 17 is incredible. So if I look at those three, Yamin Yamal most probably would be the one that I would pick now, but let's speak in 5 years and then we see where all these three players stand. Indian players' quality should increase, otherwise we will remain same. Yeah, or we'll get worse, Sanskar, because the others are improving. I think our stadium decent, yes, we can't say world class. No, some of the stadiums are falling apart, Morally. How are you saying that our stadiums are decent? Do you think Uzbekistan has strong grassroots? Yes, Morali, they have. How is Alan Saji? Aditya, a lot of people rate this Reliance Foundation young champ striker a lot. They rate him highly. And now he's joined FC Goa, so he will have to prove how good potentially he is. So that's the thing with players like him. He'll have to prove himself on a regular basis and showcase himself on a regular basis. And then I think people will be able to judge how good the player is. Potential is there, but so therefore, let's wait and see what he can achieve. Do you think country doing well on football can we say that they have good youth development process? What about Africa? Yeah, it has to be, Morali. Without good youth football systems in some sort of form, where you will not be producing players. Do you think Hansi at Barca can do wonders? You've got a very good coach in Hansi Flick, Blue, Barca, and let's see what Hansi can do. Manolo FC Goa not go playoff, but they will go into the playoff. Okay, Sanskar. Can AFF partner with private organization to build stadiums across different regions in India? Just when most of the stadiums, I don't know if you were there, the stadium infrastructure is owned by the state governments or by the city or local municipalities, councils. So therefore, yeah, I think it was Trivandrum has built a private stadium, if I'm not wrong, but I rarely hear private stadiums being built. There is one in Ahmedabad, of course, but again, who is as talented as Yamal in India, at least close to him? SDM, there's no one as talented as Yamal in an Indian context. I think that he's an exceptional world-class talent, generational talent. That comparison, I think, is unfair on the Indian kids. What about Odisha stadiums? Morally, the stadiums are great. The hockey stadium, the football stadium in Bhubaneswar, they're good. They're great. Is Canada League strong compared to India? The Canadian League is stronger, I would say, the Canadian Premier League. Sanskar bro, SAF Cup, what happened that going on? Happen or not? SAF Cup will happen next year. SAF Club Cup is not happening this year. SAF Cup will happen next year, 2025. You had it last year, 2023. And the SAF Club Cup, to me, I don't see happening this year. Because again, have you seen any announcement about the SAF Club Cup? I have not, at least. So therefore, to me, according to my understanding, it is not happening anytime soon, Sanskar. right? 1 or 10 minutes. Those of you who are new to the channel, see some new faces today. Please subscribe to arunfoot. Like this video so more people can join the conversation. Share this video as well. So for me, let's see that we continue to grow the community, and thanks to those of you who are following, supporting, and sharing and liking. Thanks a lot. Thank you. What do you think in ISL? SDM, I think Interkashi will be one of the, contenders for the title in the I League, I would think. So therefore, let's see if they can win it, but they will certainly be one of the contenders. They look strong, look solid. So let's see if Interkashi can win the league or not. What can Jay can offer? I think you're speaking about Jamie Maclaren. He's a striker, so I guess he can score goals. That is what I would think. No one even compared Rashford. Forget about other players. Yeah, but Rashford was, again, it's a UK hype. I don't rate him that highly. Which academy do you think does decent job in India at the moment? Difficult answer, Murali. I would say Bangalore is doing a decent job. Goa is doing a decent job. Punjab, FC, yeah, to name some. Yamal is one of the whole world winning Euro at 16 and playing good is it is too rare. Yeah, Aditya, you don't have such talent. One thing you can say Indian football changed last decade apart from football. Infrastructure better, I told you, no? Infrastructure. Ex-Gokulam Mombasi played. Tell me about that player. Nufal, winger, played well. Let's hope. Let's hope that he can move up the step from I League to ISL. Classic Gaming, long time no see on the what's happening in football. Bachung allegations true. How can I have a part-time coach? What's happening first? They hire FC Goa and is now coach. Classic. These are realities. And these are the realities. Again, the process. Bachung's allegation, yeah, is true. And yeah, let's see. How is Altian Asir FC against East Bengal qualifying? Is there any chance? Kishore, very difficult to say. East Bengal has one advantage, they're playing at home, so I hope they win it. But it's not an easy opponent, so I hope they can get through. They're supposed to play the Derby and the Durand Cup 4 days earlier, so that hopefully will prepare them for that tough game. According to you, the quality of us increased this season compared to last season. Aditya, I did. I would have said last 20 ISL 9 to ISL 10, and I hope it will increase even more next season. Arnab, hello now, sir. Can I finish a movement with awarding the best upcoming talents for 24-25 this person long run? I would hope then, So for me, yeah, we have to try and figure out how we, track talented players and move them up, push them up into the next level. I think that's one of those challenges that I feel the AFF has. So let's wait and see how they solve it. How do it in Sipovic as a player? Decent defender. Yamal playing World Cup. Meanwhile, RU16 players do not even playing school league. Forget about any ISL league or national team. Yeah, Sanskar, reality. The most shocking thing is that league like CFL and new league like ACE is doing better than I-League and ISL in terms of sponsors and broadcasting. Is the CFL doing better than the ISL in league and broadcasting? I think the broadcasting standards of the ISL are higher than of the CFL. And with the KSL, I want to see how good they do. A lot of hype around it. So let's wait and see. But the CFL is certainly not better. Maybe it might look to you if you look at the brands and ads and whatever, but if you ask them how much money is coming in, I think that isn't too much. So that's the reality. Do you work for any club now? If which club? Blue, I am advising a couple of clubs in Europe, but I am not working for them as full time. So yeah, I'm advising them. Is politics involved in world football? FIFA and does sport impact them? Morally, sports is impacted by politics around the world. So therefore, yes, it is. Who are your favorites for Duran Cup finalists? Sumit, let the tournament start. Let me see. Um, what kind of squads the teams are putting in, and then I can give you a feel. At the moment, I don't have a feel about who is in the Duran Cup, how serious that club's taking it. How much CFL get? How CFL get so much money is a bit weird. It's not franchise league. They're not getting that much. Who says to you that they get much money? That would be my question. So might look, yeah, but it's not getting more money. SDM, can Don Manolo play India and Spain style? No, he can't, because SDM, I think Manolo plays a very pragmatic way of football, and he will continue to do that. CFL better than I League, I guess. I don't think so. I don't know. How do you rate MLS and ISL? MLS is much better than ISL. There's no comparison, Murali. We're one of the rising leagues in world football. I have another concern. This is about Hyderabad and players released from KVs. This makes no sense. Yeah, Hyderabad is in a very difficult situation. Kerala Blasters, we discussed, I think, 2-3 days ago, where I clearly stated that to me, it might not make sense to people, but the Kerala Blasters are looking at trying to even out their books. So by selling players, they are trying to stay in a sort of in a safe space, not to make too heavy losses. So therefore, that's how they're handling the whole situation. And that's how the Blasters are trying to stay alive. Let's put it this way. Sanskar, most small teams increase their quality, or any big team sign any big player increase quality. Which one will increase more quality league overall? I think the question is, it doesn't even always have to be that you make big signings. I think the aim has to be you have to have the right players. It always doesn't have to be big signings. So for me, Northeast United, yeah, it's something that they've done very, very well. So sorry, for me that is something where I think a team with less budget, who were the 3 Indian U23 players who impressed you the most last ISL League? Aditya, under 23 would have to be Vikram Pratap at Mumbai City, Abhishek Suryavanshi, and Vibin Mohanan. Those 3 would be my top 3 picks. Do you think defender need good technique, or with power he can manage? Good technique, certainly these days. Is there a possibility that India will be playing a nation ranked top 15 October FIFA and Vietnam? No, they're playing Vietnam and Lebanon. Both of them were ranked a little above us in the 110s. Anda, can you highlight some big things happened in football last 2 weeks? I'm unaware of many things. Classic gaming, I think if you want to listen to what happened in the last 2 weeks, look at some of the videos that I've made. I think that's interesting. Again, the Anwar story, the coach was another thing. Those would be the big things, and some signings that have happened. Those would be the big things that have happened in the last 2 weeks. Who do you think can be the finisher in your football in upcoming days? You mean best finisher? Difficult, because strikers is a problem for us at the moment. and I wouldn't be able to tell you who's sort of the future. Vikram Pratap most probably would be the one who I expect a lot. Changte, I think, is getting better as a finisher. So, yeah, those would be the players to choose. Vikram is the best young player to take any other player name. No, it's Vikram for me. Your thoughts on Mama trolling video of Anwar? I haven't seen the trolling video. Do you think Belgium falling stadium, even France disappointed? Yeah, both the teams disappointed. And I watched France against Belgium, terrible game of football. You're in Germany right now? Yes, Kishore, I am. But which parts of India you belongs from? Bengal. My parents are from Kolkata. Do you think Lukaku's missing goal cost Belgium winning chances? Certainly. Do you think Vietnam too much of quality for Indian football? I don't think so. I think I think that Vietnam, let's see. It depends on us. Is there ever much trouble when not interested in relation as per FIFA roadmap? Looks like Mr. Bajaj may go to FIFA as per his latest tweet. Shumadri, as someone who's worked on the roadmap for FIFA and for the AFC, and I'm one of the initiators of the roadmap. The roadmap says these are the dates that you ideally should do things within. Yes, it did state it, but it is also on the other side, the reality of that. It is up to the AFF to decide when to install it. And of course, you can bring in COVID and other things as reasons that relegation will not be coming in. And I don't think relegation at the moment makes sense. And again, let Mr. Bajaj go to FIFA. I think Mr. Bajaj will have to go to FIFA anyway for other matters. And then let's see what happens to him. And let's see. What's the weakest link in the national team? At the moment, Sanskar, I would say a central striker, since he is gone. Do you think? Yeah. I think I would say Vikram has a better technique than Manveer, yes. Players like Vikram, Kian, Vibin, Abhishek could get more international experience if our under 23 really get games. Yeah, agree. I think that's the bunch that needs to, yeah. Yes, even I didn't like how France plays and expect from them. STM, that's the way how they've been playing under Deschamps for a while. Which coach you want to see as a national head coach? Aditya, I said I wanted someone who's not connected to the ISL. I wanted someone new to come in, new, fresh ideas into Indian football. That was my sort of approach of saying, guys, we need someone who's not worked in the Indian football ecosystem. That was what I would like to have seen. We didn't see it, as you know, very, very well, that we got Manolo Marquez to come in, who again I have a lot of respect for. Let's see. And to me, let's see how we can move forward. But to me, I wanted Kaisuke Honda. I thought that would be a name that would make us interesting. Like former Japan captain, worked in Cambodia, brings in a lot of experience. But again, we went with Manolo, and now I hope that Manolo will deliver for us. Scouting process poor, good, average. Murali, I've told you in the past, I think in context it's poor. How more is not professional? How can any club troll any player? I can't understand. Explain me one more troll. Sanskar, ask Mohun Bagan. Again, it's, as you say, it's unprofessional. But again, then you have to ask East Bengal, how can you sign a pre-contract with a player who's in contract? That's also unprofessional. So therefore, there are a lot of unprofessional things happen in Indian football. So Indian football, a lot of things are unprofessional, to sum it up, sadly. Honor bringing in World Cup players in a team doesn't make an impact. Whereas a blend of Indian farm players in each position can have us build our national strength. What's your take, Saib? Honor, if you bring in World Cup players, then you have to think about, can they make my team better, and what can my, as you say, younger players learn maybe from him? Is it happening? Is it not happening? I think it's about short-sightedness that these clubs want to be successful in the ISL rather than looking at development of Indian football. And to me, it's one of the problems. Says promoting two teams from I-League and relegating one not a good idea, Aditya? No, I don't think so. Again, if you ask me, my opinion, a 12 or 13 team ISL is too big. If you see this fight regarding players, it's a problem because we don't have enough players at the moment. We need to produce better quality players. And this is a problem in the I-League as well. You go down, our standard is dropping dramatically because we've expanded our leagues too much and we don't have the number of players to be able to play in an ISL, to play in an I-League, play I-League 2, I-League 3. Our standards is going down dramatically, and that is something which needs to, I think relegation needs to be, forget relegation for now. I think even promotion would need to be talked about, but hey, this is something, let's wait and see where we go. Sometimes Manuel runs look very funny in Mohan Bagan. Super Giant, okay, Sanskar. Do you think our package is missing in the folk for last decade? They don't develop because of lack of interest. Lack of interest here, there, everywhere doesn't matter. The point is, if you have the talent and you want to achieve something, so therefore, let's wait and see. Bajaj will not go to FIFA because Supreme Court knows everything, just wants to overcomplicate things. Okay, Blue. Shumit, Anil Thapa showed a lot of promise initial years, but last couple of years it's been below average performance. Your thoughts? Yeah, in Chennai he wasn't. He had injury problems, and Mohun Bagan difficult to settle in, and then you have the issues, and to me is he needs to do better. He's one of the senior players now in the national team, and he needs to do better at club level. Which league Talal play and any player come from this league in the current league? Yeah, he's French. He's come from France, Sanskar. How USA, Canada maintain grassroots compared to India? Are they up to mark? Grassroots, the USA is most probably the best in the world. Grassroots sports, not only football. Even Mumbai trolled us posting Chanti's ticket, that too for a fake rumor of Chanti to Mohun Bagan. Blue, that's different, right? A club can troll another club. That's not a problem. You're trolling your own player. That's unacceptable. Yeah. Shamadhi Ismail signed a conditional agreement with the AFC and not Anwar directly. Is this still considered poaching as the AFC have introduced its player in the market as free? Yeah, of course. You've not done your homework. If I say, hey, tomorrow Messi is available in the market, and Inter Miami hasn't put it on the market, and you want to sign him and you do a pre-contract, of course. This is the worst kind of sin you can do in the eyes of FIFA. And FIFA doesn't care. FIFA has banned Real Madrid, Barcelona, Chelsea for such kind of things with multiple transfer window bans. So, Madri, this is the worst thing you can do in the eyes of FIFA. The worst thing. You've not done your homework. You have gambled on something where there is no... Listen, have a conversation with Delhi FC. No problem. But you have gone to the player. You've signed a contract with the club and the player. And the player seems to have thrown you under the bus in his statement to try to save you. Let's see. Is our technical skill improve or decrease over the years? I feel decrease. Compared to size of population, ideal number of teams in ISL, I-League. Dark Knight, I would love to see 20 teams in the ISL, 20 teams in the I-League, and 20 teams in I-League 2. I would love to see 60 teams in the top 3 tiers. But for that to happen, we need better quality players. And that is something which most probably is at least a decade away. Also, most I-League teams can't give the required bank guarantee. Bro, that's another thing because, bro, I'm talking about players trolling, bro, clubs trolling, understand when I say not troll Changte Apuya. Exactly. People should sign short-term contracts if they are doing it for money. Long-term contracts ruin their careers. Deepak, the players are after the money. So they want to sign these long-term contracts. Even now, Anwar is looking to sign a long-term contract with the club. They want that surety. Did you hear Sahal being swapped with some other players? Any idea? There are too many crowds in this position. Arnab has not heard that Sahal, but I've heard that maybe Ashik could be swapped. There was this talk about Thapa, about Deepak Tangri, but I've not heard about Sahal being swapped by Mohun Bagan. This is many ISL clubs signed Indian youngsters hope they get chance to prove themselves. Let's see. The Indian youngsters need to be, need to prove themselves, need to improve themselves, need to grow. So let's see if the players can showcase what they supposedly are capable of. I think it's a big thing for the players to prove. Why I-League 2 only have 8 teams? Because they restructured the I-League 2 after COVID, and and uh, and they have now 8 teams, and it should be growing in the coming years. In recent times, I can say we can't cakewalk South Nation before it used to happen. Yeah, well, times have changed. Is it easy to get internship in ISL as a student? Sabit, you have to check with the ISL or with the clubs. Internships are possible, but let's see. How do you rate Malaysia football youth system compared to India? I don't know enough morally to be able to say that. Was that trolling Anwar Bajaj? Because I think it was about Bajaj in the contract showing with the first scene of J Money. Only problem I get is deformation. I didn't see the video, so therefore I can't comment, guys. 20 teams not happening, but same with our players get overpaid because of the more teams and less quality player. Yeah, let's see. Tajikistan with short term time they perform well. Even they have developed more, like not short time. No one has had short time. Who's the 6th foreigner of East Bengal that already signed and waiting for visa? Shumadri, I've heard some names, but nothing confirmed at the moment. Let's wait for the club to do that. Sir, what's the time over there? It's just turned 8 o'clock. It's 8:02. So once again, those of you, who haven't, please subscribe to the channel, like this video, watch the videos that I've made in the last few days regarding Manolo signing for India, the short ones. Today, of course, I asked the question, is there a conflict of interest coaching national team in Goa? And before that, Jackson signing, I'd done my UEFA Euro team of the tournament. The Anwar Ali issue I've addressed a few times as well over the last few weeks. And so those are the things. I'll do a video on Jim Maclaren overnight as well. So those are the things that I am working on. So therefore, yeah, like this video, share this video. And as always, please subscribe to arunfoot if you haven't. Oops, sorry. What are India's matches lined up prior to Asia Cup qualifiers? Arjit, we only know the October window ones, which are Vietnam and Lebanon. The AFF is working on the September window. We don't have enough players for more than 10 teams, I guess. That's the reality, yeah. AFF website shows Anwar Ali as a football player of Delhi FC and Mulma as his past club. Your take? I don't have a take on it because we know what the status is. African players better talent. Do you think they lack resources or package? They have the talent. As I say, it's every player is an individual, is different, Murali. So you can't general. You're trying to every question you're asking, right, Murali? You generalize. You can't generalize. Every player is an individual, and you have to look at on a player-to-player basis. One player will have lacked resources, another had the resources but lacked something else. So therefore, every player is an individual, and that has to be looked at. Or another C16 top tier, we need a decade, as you said, but that's subject to proper planning execution. Almost spent 4 decades without seeing any signal change. Monok, that's also very, very true. And as I said, 60 teams, top 3 tiers isn't an ideal case scenario in 10 years, but we're not, my challenge in this is that you then need to have the right leadership to implement the things, right? That's, I think, our biggest challenge is that at international level, if you see leagues, how they're structured, most of them have been having that structure for decades, and therefore, yeah. Which league you will put ascending orders compared to their popularity? Chance Super League, Thai League, V League, ISL, Malaysian, UAE Pro League. I would not be able to put this really together. This is a tough one. Kishore, I don't know enough about all these leagues to be able to say that this league is the most popular and this is the least popular. So sorry. I watch your channel just to improve my English speaking. Thanks, Jay. Do you think Georgia and everyone, or they have potential? Both of them have huge potentials. They've shown that. Thank you, sir. It was good talking to you, Aditya. Welcome. Good to have had you here on the channel. Has you ever taken a referee of mistake in Spain game? Yeah, we didn't referee any more matches. But if 20 teams happen and ask them to get to start, so we'll increase team to 21, 20. No, they won't, no, Sanskar. If you have then 20 teams in each league, then you would have a promotion relegation system as you have in leagues, as you have elsewhere, right? You have in the Premier League 3 teams getting relegated, 3 teams getting promoted. Same thing in the Bundesliga, La Liga has it. So therefore, you'll have a proper relegation and promotion system then in place. For your information, Nisha's out for a couple of weeks, months due to an injury. Okay, or not. Thanks a lot. Interesting. Let's see then if Khabra then does stay at East Bengal. Earlier, we used to hear that Indian football players do odd jobs to support their careers, and nowadays they've gotten too greedy. A contract by any ISL team can make them financially independent. Yeah, that's odd jobs. I think has been out for quite a while. A lot of them had. So therefore, times have changed. Deepak, totally. Will Vijay Chhetri get a national team call up? Sanjay, let him play in Uruguay and let him perform. And if he does, you will surely get a call up. Just being abroad doesn't mean that you get a call up. How much has he played in the ISL? Apart from the J League and A League, which league will come close about Thai League and Chinese League? Morally, I don't know. Don't you think the local leagues like CFL should be under 21 or under 23? No, Jay, I don't think they should be. I think they should be open age. Again, because in the CFL, you have a lot of teams who are, company teams, which have in other local leagues as well. So that it should be an open league. It will not make sense to make it under 21 or under 23. Because also we don't have enough of a pool. If you think the Kolkata League is now 26 teams, do we have enough under 23 players? I mean, then you have to take out under 23 players from across India to play for that team. So that's another reality of our football at the moment. So therefore, I think we need to grow our talent base, our player base has to grow dramatically for us to be able to fulfill what we want and what we want to achieve. I think it's a huge challenge, and that's why, Komal, under 20 player disappeared. Any thoughts on that? Komal Thatal is a good example, morally good at youth level, but then didn't take the next steps. Apuya wasn't the best of his lot, but he's the one who's come through the system, right? They were much better players. Amarjeet, Suresh were better players, but now if you see, then I'd say, Apuya's done the best. CFL is too populated. I think too much teams. I agree, Blue. It's too many teams. It's not interesting enough. I've lost interest in watching CFL. It's too many teams. So you say only ISL players should get call up. Sanjay, if I look at the standard of our football, then I would say yes. The one or the other odd ID player might get a call up to be part of camps, but tell me I-League players who should be playing in the Indian national team. Right? And to me, Vijay Chhetri hasn't shown me anything where I'd say he needs to be called up to the national team. Let him come. Let me even come back from Uruguay. If he's gone there for 1 year, let him train. He's training over there. He's not playing. Let him come back to the ISL and establish himself as an ISL defender. We've got problems with defenders, right? Clubs are looking at defenders. Maybe Vijay Chhetri could be in the winter a solution to a club. He's supposed to return to Chennai, and then if he's good enough, we will see. And Murali, Jay Gupta, do you think he's settled in national football? Well, no, I don't think so. Jay Gupta has done very well for himself in the first season of ISL, but now he needs to do more at FC Goa. Interesting, his head coach at club and country is the same. So, and Manolo was critical that he said at the time, Jay Gupta shouldn't be called up to international football. So now we'll see what happens. So these are the things. These are realities. If you like it or I like it or anyone else like it, doesn't matter. These are the realities of where Indian football is at the moment, and these are the realities we need to accept if we want to improve things need to happen. There needs to be things happening in Indian football for us to be able to improve and get better. And that is the big challenge. We are stuck in something of a, I don't know, some sort of wheel, and we get up and we're pushed down again. Who would be your left back as Mishra is injured? Listen, international experience at the moment would say Shubhashish Bose. I don't see anybody else in that position. Jay Gupta didn't convince me in the games he played. Wasn't good enough, sorry. So therefore, Shubhashish, if he's good or not, but that's the most experienced guy we have. What about Brazil football youth have gone down? No, because they're producing players like Endrick who are going to go to Europe. The senior team is just at the moment not the best, but the potential is still there. Brazil always has potential. Who will be your striker, Rahim or anyone else? Blue, the interesting one is, and Ayush also asked the question about starting striker. The question is how we're going to play. What does the coach have in mind? Do you want to play with the real number 9? Do you want to play with the false number 9? I think I've seen Rahim Ali with the under-17 squad, and I always felt that he's the best. So for me, I think Rahim Ali, for the workload, gets ahead of the others. But let's see again. The ISL teams start playing in the Duran at least, and then let's see what kind of squad Manolo calls up. Pritam Kota, Pujari, who do you prefer? For experience, I would have said Pritam Kota, but Nikhil Pujari is better going forward. So these are the things that you need to keep in mind, and it'll be interesting to see what kind of decisions the coach takes and which player he calls up. That's the one that we'll see what Manolo does, who he calls up, who he thinks is suitable to his style of football, who is as of date, which team do you find better shaped, Saib? To be honest, I think most teams have a problem of balance in the ISL. I think if I look at the overall squad, I would think Mumbai City have done most probably the best job so far in the transfer market. East Bengal is strengthened, if East Bengal is very well strengthened in defensive midfield and attacking line, but they still need to do something about the defense. And then I think East Bengal is a good thing. So therefore, for me, Mohun Bagan, again, as I've said, defensive midfield, something is lacking. And the rest we'll have to see. I think Chennai have strengthened quite a bit. I want to see what Odisha does still. So therefore, yeah, let's wait and see. My comment got skipped, Deepak. Okay. But I did answer this, right? Or did you have another question? Let's see. Any players to watch out for these seasons? I want to see what Gurkirat can do in Chennai. Kian Nasiri, I want to see at Chennai. Those are the guys. Can Vikram establish himself at Mumbai City? So let's see. One thing Manolo is different compared to Igor. I think he's a player's coach in a way. I think, but it'll be a little stricter. How long will old players like Rahul, Sandesh, Subhash, Brandon continue to play? Sanjay, as long as we don't have better young players. Name me the better players. Rahul Beke was our best defender last season. Period. In Indian football. Name me a better defender than Rahul Beke. Shubhashish didn't have a good season, but yeah, who's better than him as left back? Jay Gupta? Again, Akash Sangwan will be an interesting one. Does Jay Gupta get a start? Right? Or does Akash Sangwan actually get a spot at Goa? Brandon, if he's fit, if he's in flow, is our best playmaker. Belgium, Argentina, Brazil discounted in a world-class league because of money or interest? Argentina, Brazil have got very good leagues. Why are you saying that? Belgium, they're all good leagues. But what define me world-class, Murali? Vikram is good, yes. My bet is on Vishnu. So, Arnab, let's see. Let's see if Vishnu can make it. Shan Banerjee, East Bengal has got a few, but do they get enough game time? That's my question at East Bengal. Will they get game time with all these players around? Mehdi Talal, with Diamantakos, with Clayton Silva, with Mahesh, with Nanda Kumar. Young players at East Bengal, let's see. Do you think Kian ready to play for India? No, I don't think he's ready to play for India. I think Kian needs a whole season to prove that he's good enough to play for India. I would love to him because I think that boy has something special in him. I would love Kian Nasiri to play for India, but I don't see him being ready for India at the moment. I think Kian Nasiri has to do more, has to prove himself to be able to become an Indian national team player. But I think he has the potential. For me, Kian Nasiri has the potential to be an India player because he's got something different with his movements and stuff. Could be a very interesting thing, but yeah, he has to prove himself. Right, more than 1 hour 45 minutes, guys. Slowly time to head for dinner as well for me. So once again, thanks a lot for hanging out with me. Those who haven't, please still like this video so more people get to know about it. Share this video and do subscribe to Arun Foot. Just saw the numbers go up to 1,340 followers. Thanks a lot for the new ones who've joined in today. And yeah, let more people know, let more people join in our conversations. I said, looking to make a video on Jamie Maclaren tonight or tomorrow, we'll of course be back tomorrow evening with another live. Let's see, Blue or something. Abhishek can emerge too. His last season's stats were better than Jackson. Yeah, I think is there space for him? That's going to be the question. Does Abhishek Suryavanshi get enough time? So that would be my question, Blue. Thanks, Saib, and good night. Thanks, Arnab, as well, for joining in. Good to see you. Thank you for great conversation. Good night, Blue, as well. Thanks, everyone. As I said, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll be back tomorrow night. Watch the other videos as well on my channel. This is Anwar Ali signing off. Arun Foot. Good night.